Hello and welcome to Home is Where the Heart Is, a collection of talks on the values of Equippers Church. We don't just believe in equipping people for church through faith in Jesus Christ, but equipping people for life through faith in Jesus Christ. So we believe that this collection of talks is going to inspire you, encourage you, and equip you for life. God bless and enjoy.
Pastor Steve, so great to have you back with us today.
Great to be back.
So today we're talking through reaching out, one of our heartbeats here. And it really just means that we're intentional about reaching out to those who are close to us but far away from God. And so one of the things that we talk about here is a one-day principle, that one day it's going to be somebody that's close to me and far away from God. They're going to come to church and we're going to reach out to them in that way. So can you talk a little bit about the one-day principle?
Well, I've got a daughter who's currently not in faith at church. So she's got a daughter. So I've got a granddaughter.
Okay.
And so if she comes, who's not attending church, so if she comes to our church, it's like, oh man, finally, this is the one day I've got my granddaughter in church.
Wow.
Like, what kind of kids program do I want that day? What kind of hosting do I want? What kind of worship? And it's that thought, if we could think about, this could be somebody's one day, someone who's been praying for years to get someone along.
Yeah.
And again, ties together. So that's why I would do things with excellence. That's why I would serve. That's why I would honor, because this could be somebody's one day.
Wow. And it might not be my person's one day.
No, that's
right. It might
right.
be your person's one day.
Yeah,
so
that's
when
right.
I honor you, I'm actually honoring that it's your person's one day that's coming, and we can see them come into the kingdom.
Yeah.
That's such
so
a
it affects everything we do. It's like, man, we want to make it so easy for people who are near to some of us but far from God to come to our environments and have an encounter with God.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. And so when we think about somebody encountering God, are they just kind of checking a box and raising a hand, or are they being discipled into something?
Oh no, it's definitely a start of a journey. And so we want to honor the decision by doing it well and serving them, by bringing them into a lifelong journey with Christ.
Oh, that's great. And so it kind of goes back to, the Luke 15 thing where the prodigal son comes home and he's celebrated by the father, and he's given a robe and a ring and sandals. And so what do we do when we begin to celebrate people as we're reaching out to them?
Well, I think we, first of all, we always give people an opportunity to come to Christ. We celebrate when people come in. We talk about them as our VIPs. That's not a silly cliche. We actually believe that. God's focus in Luke 15 is, he leaves the 99 to go after the one. His eye is on the one lost person who today might come home.
Wow.
So that's our priority.
Yeah. So, so that's a great. But how do there's a tension sometimes between honoring the presence of God and reaching out to the lost.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just say, all you care about is just reaching the lost, and you don't honor God's presence. You don't spend, an hour and a half in worship and all of that. So how do you kind of manage that tension?
Well, I love the fact that a lot of the values flow together, because we honor, we do things well. Because of that, we seek to serve. But some of them at one level, we choose to hold in a creative tension.
Okay.
And we honor the presence of God. So we absolutely believe a church service has to have an encounter with God. But we choose to hold that in tension with, we want church services which are going to reach out, where non-Christians can come in, where people feel comfortable inviting people. So our services are not a compromise of our values. They're actually a particular and precise expression of our values. That a win for us is, 10 people responded to Jesus on Sunday.
Wow.
But actually, if you go a bit deeper, and you've talked about Luke 15, actually, once you know the heart of God is for the lost, I'm actually honoring his heart by not being focused just that I have a great worship time, that I have the teaching that I want, but that we honored his heart for the lost by actually having an environment where lost people got found.
Wow.
I think that's at another level. It's a real expression of serving the heart of God and honoring him.
That's so great. Now, what would you say to somebody who says, well, I'm not an evangelist. I'm not comfortable, sharing my faith. It's not really my thing. But one of our values is reaching out to those who are.
Yeah, well, I guess part of it is we have an invitational culture. It's like, again, because we honor the presence of God, it's like we have this conviction, man, if we could get people into this environment, They're going to have a great time. They're going to be loved because we also believe in togetherness. They're going to be served well. They're going to find things with excellence, but they're going to encounter the presence of God.
Wow.
So we have this kind of thought, if we can get people here, they're going to meet God. And it's like, maybe I'm not great as an evangelist, but I can invite someone along to an environment that we have and be confident they're going to encounter God.
Yeah, that's great. And, I think it goes back to what you were talking about earlier, how all the heartbeats kind of flow into each other.
Yeah.
If we're honoring them in our workplace, if we're showing an excellent spirit, if we're advancing ourselves, people are going to notice that, and people are going to ask us, so what's different about you? What changed between, last year and this year? And we can say, I found Jesus, and come with me, and we'll show him together. Kind of like the woman at the well. She said, come see the man who's shown me everything that I've ever done. So that's great. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you next time.
Awesome.